Vincent Lanci went to the University of Tampa, earning his Bachelor's of Science degree in 2013. And subsequently, also in 2013, he was struck by a drunk driver days before his last undergraduate semester. After waking from a coma, he was forced to take a medical leave, suffering many injuries. Through the grim task of staying focused on his future, he enrolled in summer classes that same year, and that event has strived him to start his new company, Strive to Lead. Vincent, welcome to the program today.
Thank you for having me, Jamie.
So, Vincent, you have an amazing and a very inspiring story. So, I'll let you share this story, from the start of it, with the audience and how it led to Strive to Lead. So, go ahead and share this story with the audience.
Yeah, like you said, a few days before, which should have been my last semester of undergraduate, I got struck by an intoxicated driver and left for dead in the middle of the road. Woke up from a coma, about a week and a half later in the hospital, not knowing or believing what was going on, kind of in denial about the whole thing. And the school told me I would have to take a year off because I would be a liability on campus because I have significant brain injuries from the event, a broken tib and a broken fib, a rod running down my leg now.
So the school wouldn't let you continue your education even though you
Well,
wanted
I had to take a medical leave for the time being because of the severity of the injury.
Okay.
But they told me I would have to take a full year to come back. I went to all of my appointments, didn't miss anything, did what I had to do, and came back down here actually that summer, enrolled in classes to continue trying to get my finance degree. And leading up to this point, I just woke up from my coma saying I want more. I didn't know what more was, but I knew I wanted more. So I stayed, got my MBA, was chosen as the commencement speaker this past May for the University of Tampa, which is a very humbling honor, and kind of ignited my public speaking kind of career where I thought that my path in life was to inspire people through my story, help motivate them through their situations, and now the latter part of the company is to fundraise and throw events for the community in areas where that needs funding or needs awareness while I can continue to share my story.
Well, now talk to me a little bit more about the actual event, the incident there. I mean, do you remember much about that, or do you just remember waking up in a hospital? And was it days, weeks? How long were you in the coma?
I was in the hospital for about a month total. I believe I was in a coma for around 10 days. I don't remember it. They explained that part of the brain kind of blocks that memory from you, so you won't remember it. There is a video, but I've chosen not to see because it was at a police checkpoint, and I just don't want that image running through my head. So,
so you were struck, and then the driver fled the scene. And how long before emergency responders were on the scene?
Well, it was a DUI checkpoint, so they were relatively quick. They said I either help you or I go chase the guy. So thankfully, they chose me. And when they brought me in the hospital, I was not a good sight to look at. They didn't.
So you're fortunate that it was near a DUI checkpoint. Had this been out in some side road on the back country there, you could have passed away then.
Yeah, it was right on Howard too, where all the bars and restaurants are on. So if one more person would have been doing what this guy was doing, I wouldn't be here today. For sure.
Wow, it's incredible. So what it became? Did they catch the individual that struck you?
Yeah. It took a lot longer than I thought. I mean, the blood was taken off his car, and but right around my birthday in August, this was about 8 months later, I got a call from my lawyer saying that they arrested him, and that was a nice sigh of relief.
Wow. So now you were in your last semester of your studies, correct? So you had to then
just days before my last semester would have started. Yeah.
Okay, so then you had to come back and then finish your undergraduate degree?
Yeah, I had to come back, and I ended up finished working in one class that summer, and then one more that fall. And then before I graduated, I got employed by PwC. PricewaterhouseCoopers is a Big Four firm, so I humbly accepted, and then things just started picking up. But I have to work with my brain injury every day. I suffer short-term memory issues, cognitive disabilities, but you learn to work with the brain injury because I thought I either sit and sulk, why me, or I thrive on this second chance at life, and that's what I'm aiming for.
And when you have a traumatic brain injury, I mean, that does not heal correctly, right? I mean, it's something that you're going to have to live with
over time. I hate the term, timetable, expected return, because the brain is a very unique thing and everybody's is completely different. But they say within a 5-year span, what will heal, will heal. But I'm hoping that, things have been a lot better. The first year and a half was a very uphill battle. People thought I was okay from the outside because you seem okay, but the brain injuries, a lot of internal battles. And but things have gotten a lot better after the first year and a half. Now it's about 2 years, and
So from the time of the incident to the time of finishing your degree, what was that length of time?
The incident was January 2013. I finished my degree officially December 2013 when they told me I shouldn't even be back until January 14.
And you were asked to be the commencement speaker at the graduation?
Yeah, I was chosen. You apply, you write essays and whatnot, because in graduate school you only can get 2 C's before you're kicked out of the program.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have to hit that point, thank God. And I worked my tail off 6 days. I learned that you need a schedule when you have a brain injury. You need to have everything scheduled, planned out, 6 days a week, 8 to 12 every day, studying, no excuses. Don't care what I'm missing out the night before. But then I learned I needed 1 day off because I was doing 7 days in a row and I was going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
6 days in a row, and yeah, it really panned out. Just dedicating myself to something. I realized I had an obligation to graduate school, and nightlife can wait at that point. While I'm in school, there's always time to.
Wow, an amazing story of inspiration here, coming back from such a traumatic event, what you went through. Now, let's talk about Strive to Lead a little bit more specifically. What is this specifically, and what is the vision of your company here?
Well, the organization, my goal for it is to, empower entrepreneurs and business individuals all over to make a positive change each day, to make a difference each day. With Strive to Lead, I want to begin my public speaking career. I spoke at commencement, like I said, and now upcoming on Thursday, November 19th, at the A-Loft Hotel, I'm doing a fundraiser for the Tampa General Hospital Rehab Fund, where it will be a 6 to 12 events sponsored by a Legacy production company. They've been really great helping me get my career started. So shout out to Chris Schaefer for that. He's really been looking to get my career going. I want to share my story at the event. And also there'll be a silent auction, drink specials for the guests. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, I get to share my story and inspire people, and hoping that people in the audience really, adapt to my story and, approach me with more opportunities to get involved in the community, to help share if they have ideas that they think should be fundraised for that's not getting enough attention as it deserves. I'm just looking to continue growing, and my work ethic, the way it happened after my brain injury, is not slowing down now. I'm hitting the ground running, and the support I've gotten from my friends and family is just truly unbelievable. This company started about a month ago, and now it's
well, you represent, the entrepreneurial spirit, and that's part of what this show is all about, is highlighting the successes of the young entrepreneurs, not just the seasoned entrepreneurs as well.
Sure.
And this is just an amazing story, and so Strive to Lead is all about sharing your story, with the community. Do you plan to expand the brand to include other talking points and other speakers as well? I mean, obviously, you want to start with you and your story, but what is your long-term mission for the company?
My long-term mission is to make this a nationwide thing. I know a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people who have had uphill battles that, I want to continue to get on the Strive to Lead brand. Right now, I'm going to be sharing my story for the first time at A-Loft on the 19th. But after that, I'm starting to reach out to all the major schools in Florida, not just University of Tampa, to see if I can get there and share my story and help inspire their student body. And, I really want to just continue nonstop working, keep grinding, keep hustling, because it'll pay off in the long run. Because like I said, I was at PwC, Merrill Lynch, big companies, and I was just never truly happy. I enjoy the art of finance. I think it's a great skill. But I would go home from work every day just, bummed that, another day in a cubicle. So now I'm doing something I really love, helping motivate people. I volunteer at TGH, as needed. And my whole viewpoint on that is if I can just change one person's mind, help one person out of 150 people, whatever there, it's well worth my time, because I know how hard it is to overcome a traumatic brain injury. It is one very uphill battle because your brain plays tricks on you, and.
But you look great. I mean, I wouldn't tell that
that
you'd have been in an accident. You said you also have a rod in your leg.
Yeah, the guy left me with a broken tib and a broken fib in my leg. So now I have 2 bolts in my knee, 2 in my ankle, with a titanium rod running down. I have cement still stuck in, little baby marks in my face. At the time, my face was completely purple. I got hit. They said I went as high as a basketball hoop, kind of, and just landed on my face. Mm-hmm. Clothes peeled off. It was pretty wild. But that's the tricky thing about brain injuries, and why I'm really trying to get involved and stay involved with that community. Because from the outside, we seem fine, but internally, at first at least, and everybody's brain's different, so it could last longer for others. It is a very, very hard thing to deal with on a day-to-day basis while staying active and while going to school and work. But you learn to work with your brain injury, and like I said, you sit and sulk, or you thrive on your second chance at life, and that's really what I'm aiming for.
Wow. So how can people in the community help your cause and, invest or just come out and support you in your speaking engagements?
Well, to starting, I would, the community to come to the 19th at Aloft Hotel on my website, strive2lead.com. By the end of the day, there'll be a link where you can, order your tickets. But until that link's up, you can email me, vincentl@strive2lead.com for inquiries on how to attend the event. I'm hoping that the community members, hear my story, and then it opens up their eyes to, maybe Vincent can help this crowd or this crowd. I really just want to speak in front of as many crowds as possible, build my public speaking career, inspire as many people as possible, because if I can do it, truthfully, anybody can do it, because I wasn't even supposed to make it through the night when I got hit by the car, and now here I am today, networking every day. Such an understatement how important networking is. Network brought me to this show, and I'm just not going to stop. I'm just hit the ground running and just not stop. I finally got my sunbiz.org things, and so I can do business in Florida. Every day is 3 or 4 phone calls, 3 or 4 meetings on borrowed people's times, because I'm grateful for their time.
Yeah.
So all throughout the day, I'm just waiting to just keep networking, keep finding opportunities to fundraise for different areas in the community that I was unaware of. If people, feel free, please email me at vincentl@strive2lead.com. If you have any type of fundraiser idea, I'd love to, team up with you, share my story at the event, help fundraise for your cause, and, help making a very impactful impact on the community, a very great positive change on the community, because that's really what I'm trying to do.
No, great story. And Vincent, I applaud you for coming back from such a tragic incident, and for what you're doing to help the community as a result of that event. So Vincent, thank you very much for being in studio today.
I very much thank you again, Jamie, and please check out strive2lead.com. I think you will find a lot of value out of that, a lot of inspiring stories from young entrepreneurs, hospital patients. And please support me on social media as well, now that this is a big...
go ahead. What's your social media handles?
On Instagram and Twitter, it's @strive2lead. And my Facebook and LinkedIn page is strive2lead, separate words. But on Instagram and Twitter, it's strive2lead. I think you guys will find a lot of value out of my website and social media, motivational quotes all day, trying to pick you up if you're having a bad day. And thanks again for having me, Jamie.
Absolutely. And we'll get that stuff up on the show recap as well, which you can find over at tampabayradio.com. Again, Vincent Lanci. Learn more about him, strive2lead.com.